Hello there, guys, and welcome back to 100% Chelsea for a live review of Chelsea nil, Arsenal nil. And as you can see, I've got Brendan with me. And say hello, Brendan.
Hello, people. What's going on? I've calmed down a bit since yesterday.
Yeah, hopefully.
I had my little rant. But yeah, how are you all doing? Let me know.
Exactly. So obviously, we all know about the result. Hopefully, most of you would have seen our review and, fan cams, which we did loads of. So if you haven't seen them, check them out. But yeah, I mean, we're just going to talk about the game again. And the first thing I want to start with basically is, what do you think was wrong with the starting 11 in the first place? Because obviously, before we talk about the game, what was wrong with the lineup? Because even when it came out, I was like, well, that's a bit weird.
I don't know. I mean, obviously, Cahill shouldn't have started. Obviously, it was odd not to see Bakayoko in the squad.
Yeah.
I expected Pedro and Willian to start.
Same.
Because like we said last week on the stream, I didn't think that Hazard was going to start. Willian's been in decent form. Pedro is usually decent when he plays. But, I mean, it just went tits up, didn't it, really? I didn't expect Zappacosta to start, but I wanted him to start.
Yeah.
However, in the first half, Moses was really good. It kind of deteriorated.
Wait, what? Someone's saying there's blood on my wall. What the fuck you're on about? There's no blood on my wall. Anyway.
Oh, someone's saying there's blood on your wall? Is it that red medal behind you or something?
Yeah, it's a medal.
We're trying to...
I'm in my brother's room,
Blood.
Well.
Blood. I haven't got the comments up either, to be fair.
Yeah, I have them up. Anyway, yeah. I mean, I'm not sure if you've seen it, but I tweeted something about what I think about the whole hate that Cahill got. I do agree that he shouldn't have started, but I think people go a bit harsh on him because, we kept the clean sheet. So I don't think the main issue can't have been a centre-back in that sense. As much as I agree that he shouldn't have started, but, I think the more attacking players were the issues yesterday rather than the defence.
I agree, but in a way, I also feel that we're always one man down with Cahill in the team. And that sounds really harsh, and I'm not trying to be harsh on him, but I'm trying to say that the way that we're trying to move forward as a club is that we've got really experienced players. We've got really good players as well at the moment that we've got to pick to choose from. If Rudiger's doing so well, we don't need compensation at the back. When Cahill comes into the team, he kind of takes something away that Rudiger has. Either it's that split second quicker that Rudiger does things, and it kind of hinders Cahill when he does that, because Cahill takes 2 seconds longer to do something than Rudiger will, or Christensen will. Maybe that's because he's slightly older. Maybe because he's English and the other players have played abroad.
It makes it slower.
Yeah, I mean, like the English way of football is a slow way of football.
Yeah.
So maybe that's he's got that drummed into his head too much. But I always say that when we've got Cahill in our 11, either Azpilicueta or David Luiz have to kind of compensate for that. Or Kante has to drop in, or Fabregas has to drop back further than he wants to because Kante's dropping in, or Bakayoko has to drop in, or Alonso has to move back. And I'm not saying that he's a terrible player because he's obviously our captain, obviously going to support him. But I do feel that that is his problem at the moment. I don't think that he is confident enough. I think that he looks confident when he plays, but the way he plays doesn't fulfill the fans with confidence.
I agree. Like, I think that he does take a bit too long for, certain things. But like I said earlier, I think it's a bit harsh to find him as basically the guy to pick out when we kept the clean sheet against Arsenal. Although Arsenal haven't started, the most incredible way. But, they're still Arsenal. They're still not, Sunderland from the Championship. And we kept the clean sheet. So it can't have been that bad. And I get that people say, you start your attacks from the back. I do understand that. But the way Fabregas and Kante attacking-wise, Pedro, Willian and Morata performed and got defended against by Arsenal wouldn't have made a difference whether Cahill started the attack or Rudiger did. So, in my opinion anyway. But, I definitely agree that he shouldn't start. But I think he wasn't the main issue yesterday. I think the main issue was Fabregas starting. For me personally.
It wasn't the main issue yesterday, but you can kind of see where people are saying that he is an issue because obviously he is quite slow. But he wasn't the main issue yesterday.
I just think that people need to calm down on the hate. Like, I get you. If you want to criticize a player, criticize the player. If you don't think if he messes something up, criticize him as you would criticize any other player. But the way some people online have, insulted and disrespected Cahill is absolutely ludicrous, in my opinion. Because don't forget, he's our captain, and yes, captain doesn't make him automatically, be immune to criticism. Not at all. But, he's worked to be captain. Whether you think he deserves to be captain or not is a different story. But he is captain anyway. He's the longest-serving first-team player, and he played in Munich. And if you're a Chelsea player and you played in Munich, you deserve respect. No matter what you did after that, you deserve respect, and you don't deserve to get insulted. If you don't do well, criticize him. Do. But don't insult him. Even Bozingua deserves a bit of respect.
I can't stand him. No,
you
but jokes aside, yeah, it's terrible, isn't it? But all jokes aside, I think a lot of that hate first came when he was announced captain, because obviously John Terry leaving the club, he didn't really get much hate in his years.
It's like Moyes taking on Ferguson. It's hard.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people wanted to see either David Luiz or Azpilicueta become captain, which is understandable because they're really they're loved. But Cahill kind of goes behind, under the radar as a captain choice. You kind of forget he's in the team because he's there every week.
Yeah.
And now that he's captain, he's got that centre stage, the spotlight on him. Yeah. Whenever he messes up, he's got a lot of people to answer to, and that's the problem now, in my opinion.
The thing is, I don't understand why people have the big issue with it now, because he was basically captain all season long. He wasn't the official club captain, but he was the captain on the pitch every week. So I don't get why people have the issues now. I don't understand, because he basically was the same thing last year already, just with Terry on the bench or on the in the dressing room. But yeah, I mean, I get that. But let's get back to the game. So like I said, and like you said as well, Fabregas was obviously an issue. The question is, and I think that the opinions divided a little bit, because people say we should have started the 3-5-1-1 that we played in the second half. But I disagree with that, because in the second half, we had control of midfield, because Arsenal didn't get a shot away until I think very late on in the second half. They had the last shot before the 85th minute or whatever, had it in the first half. So the second half was in the midfield was good. But how many chances did we create in the second half? None. We had no chance at all. And I think that was because of the formation. And I think Bakayoko and Kante together would have done just fine against Xhaka and Ramsey. Yeah. I think that would have been enough to be on top in midfield, but still be good and have enough men going forward. That's why I think I would have just put Bakayoko instead of Fabregas. And I think that way, maybe, in my opinion, would have gone better. Obviously can be wrong. Maybe because, we started off better in the first half. With the 3-5-1-1, we would have scored anyway, because, I don't know, stuff changes when you just play a different formation from the get-go. But yeah, that's just what I thought, because I feel midfield was good second half, but we were doing nothing going forward. Yes, when Hazard came on, it was a little bit better, but even then, it was just once when he went past everyone himself again.
Yeah. I mean, I can see what you mean. I think it was quite ludicrous to see Willian taken off first.
No, Pedro was taken off first.
Pedro was taken off first, wasn't he? I think it was quite ludicrous to see Willian taken off at all. Because...
Did you?
Well,
I didn't like him again.
To be fair, I obviously, everyone knows my views on Willian. But I'm starting to warm to him. I think yesterday, he didn't have his best game by far, but he was trying to do a lot more than Pedro was when he was on.
Pedro picked up a knock midway through the first half. That's why he got subbed off. So obviously, I don't know when exactly he picked that up. Obviously, that hinders you to a certain extent if it forces you to get...
Yeah. I mean, it's just frustrating because at the moment, we are better than Arsenal. We have a better team than Arsenal. We are more of a cohesive team than Arsenal. They have so many problems that they've had since summer. Alexis Sanchez wanting to leave, then possibly Salim Mustafi, Bellerin being rumoured to go to Barcelona. Xhaka apparently being dropped a few times, Sanchez, did I mention Sanchez?
Yeah. Not sure whether it's Brandon's internet or my internet. I'm just going to speak in case it is his. Yeah, I think that...
Able to capitalise on it.
Go on.
Oh, sorry. The fact that we weren't able to capitalise on it shows to me that we're not as strong as we think we are.
I agree. It was just mainly it was surprising to me how well Arsenal defended, and Arsenal
Yeah.
did something yesterday that they very rarely do. They defended as a unit. They moved around as a unit, like they shifted play very well. Their centre mids knew what their job was. They actually knew how to play in a game like that. They actually for once did it. Like even when they beat us in the FA Cup final, they didn't do that particularly well. We were just not very good overall. But yesterday, both teams were, let's say, okay, and they came out on top of midfield. Yes, that was down to Fabregas' lack of pace and lack of strength, but still, they defended a way that Arsenal very rarely do, which is, if they did that against Liverpool, they wouldn't have gotten hammered. So in a way, I think it actually was bad for us that they got hammered by Liverpool, because I think they learned from that.
Yeah. What I don't understand as well is that I think it may have been you, or it may have been someone else, but someone on the channel, I don't know if it was a fan cam or if it was on the stream last week, when we put 6 past Karabag, someone said that we should be confident going forward, and I 100% agree with that. But on yesterday, where was that? Where was the confidence carried over from Karabag? Where was the confidence after bagging 6 goals during a week in the Champions League?
Because I think the players know that it was Karabag and that Arsenal is a very different thing to Karabag. So I don't think...
But they should still have that confidence with them. To be fair, a lot of the team didn't start, did they? Like there was quite a few changes.
The attacking players. Well, didn't Willian and Pedro start? But
yeah,
I think they did.
Willian and Pedro. Yeah, I suppose Willian and Pedro started actually. Yeah, but we should be not hammering Arsenal, but we should be comfortably controlling the game, in my opinion. Against
at home, we should beat Arsenal. And yes, if any Arsenal fans are watching it, they think it's ludicrous for us to say that. For Chelsea fans, other than Man United and Man City away, a draw and a defeat, no matter where we go, is a bad result. Except maybe, like I said, United and City away, we can accept a draw. But anywhere else, a draw is a bad result. Doesn't matter whether it's Spurs, doesn't matter whether it's Arsenal, doesn't matter whether it's Liverpool. We expect to beat these teams, and we do think that we have the quality to beat these teams. So that's why we're sat here with a 0-0, not happy.
Yeah. I mean, I went off on one yesterday on my fan cam. If you haven't seen it, check it out, because I went on one at the ref.
Yeah.
And he was terrible.
He was.
I think that needs to be because it wasn't just for us. For Arsenal, they had a few decisions go against them as well. They weren't as bad. But, David Luiz getting sent off for something that Kolasinac did, I 100% agree that Luiz should have been sent off. It was a poor tackle. It was late and it was horrible. But Kolasinac, if you're going to send someone off as a straight red, Kolasinac wasn't as bad, but he'd already had a yellow card at the time.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just
Kolasinac definitely should have been a second yellow. I don't think it warranted a straight red, to be honest, but he definitely should have been off. Whether that would have changed anything because it was after Luiz got sent off, I don't know. But, a ref's, job is to get decisions right, and he got a lot of them wrong yesterday. And someone asked, Michael Oliver was the ref yesterday, in case you didn't know.
Yes, if you didn't know, it was on my my fan cam, which I absolutely raged on. But no, I mean, their job, like you said, is to get decisions right. And this year, the standard of refereeing is extremely poor. Not just from a Chelsea point of view, from a neutral point of view, watching other games. The standard of refereeing is so poor. And I think with the introduction of video refs abroad, that we need that over here. After seeing the standard refereeing this season, if they can't go on any other advanced courses or improve them, the skills of the referees, they need to have video refs. Easy.
Yeah, I agree. That's the weird thing. Like, the Premier League was the first league to implement the goal line technology, but I'm not sure. I think it's just the Bundesliga that have the video referee. Might be wrong. Saying that, though, there's actually like a huge kerfuffle going on in Germany right now because Cologne lost 5-0 to Dortmund, and the second goal they conceded after a clear foul on a Cologne player before the ball crossed the line, or before the goal was eventually scored. So now, because there's a video referee, Cologne are actually trying to get the game replayed, because they're saying, if there's a video referee, how can they not decide on that? So
yeah, I know.
It doesn't always get it right, I suppose. But, like you said, the refereeing performances, it really doesn't matter which ref. Like some refs are more good than others, like more regularly. But any ref in the Premier League can have a bad game. And it's becoming more and more regular. Like the past 2-3 years have been dreadful. Like it started off with when Mourinho had this thing going on with the campaign against Chelsea. Like the amount of penalties we didn't get given that was so clear That yeah, it's
I
absolutely
know.
mental.
Ridiculous. Someone just said in the comments as well that Mike Dean is refereeing our next game, which I'm definitely looking forward to.
He's
the
just
worst
funny
out.
to watch, though.
He is, but he's also the worst out of all of them, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
Yeah.
Uh,
At least he looks fit enough to actually run along the pitch, other than compared to others. Which I'm like, how the fuck can you run like 15k or whatever they run in the game? If you like look like bloody True Geordie, like it doesn't work.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
But yeah, like I agree. The ref, especially the amount of times that Morata got pushed over and didn't get a free kick, and the amount of time Morata did nothing, and then Arsenal player got a free kick was. I still don't understand how that happened. And yes, I get Morata should have been booked because he kept moaning at the lino and the ref as well. And you should get booked to that because I find it annoying as well when our players or any other player just keep moaning at the ref. Just shut up. It won't help anyway. But Arsenal players did it just as much. So he should have booked them as well. And, I just find it a bit annoying. But I still don't think I've finished on that one, basically. So on Fabregas, I think my main issue with him, he's not quick enough. We all know that. He's good going forward, but yesterday he wasn't good enough in that aspect as well. Yes, because Arsenal defended well as a unit in midfield as well. That was the point of it. But I don't understand how most of us fans think that we understand anyway. We could obviously be completely wrong and we could have lost if we didn't start Fabregas. Who knows? But I don't think so. So how is it that Mourinho then didn't understand, don't start Ivanovic? How is it that Conte doesn't understand, don't start Fabregas in big games? I don't get that. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. How can you not know? I don't know what's going on in training, what kind of miracles Cahill and Fabregas produce in training to warrant the start against Arsenal. It just baffles me.
I mean, to be fair, Conte has come out and said how well Fabregas has been working over the past year. And he does look, like I said last week, he does look more of an all-round player. But in the big games, he's a bit like Ozil. He doesn't turn up. Not all the time. I mean, sometimes he does.
If you're going to sit in a bloody Renault, Clio or whatever, you're not going to go as fast as you're going to go in a Ferrari. So he's just, as much as hard as he tries, he won't run as fast as bloody Kante. Like, it doesn't matter how hard he tries, he won't be capable of doing that.
Yeah, I agree. What did you make of Moses yesterday?
See, I vary on everyone on that because in my review, I thought he was one of our best players, actually.
Really?
Yeah, I think he gave Kolasinac a real good run for his money because in my preview, I said Moses will need, to be on his game to have any chance against Kolasinac. And I think, especially in the first half, second half, it was more equal. But in the first half, he ran rings around Kolasinac. He defended all right against him and he went past him every single time when he was on the attack. He didn't do anything, as he always does. Like, his crosses didn't find a teammate, although, again, that was also down to Arsenal defending well, not just his bad crosses. But generally, I think he actually did an all right job.
I think in the first half he did all right. I think in the first half it really showed that Zappacosta had affected him because he was putting in crosses, he was making runs, he was playing 1-2s. He was actually looking like the Moses that we knew last season, at the beginning of the season, where he wanted everything. Where he didn't have anyone challenging for his position, he kind of got a bit complacent.
Yeah.
Especially towards the end of the season.
Although I think it's a bit too easy to just say Zappacosta should start. We've only seen him against Karabakh.
Oh, no, 100%.
Could have gone completely wrong if we started him against Arsenal.
100%. But I think that he was obviously a bit scared based on Zappacosta's performance. Even though it was only against Karabakh, he still played really, really well. And, I think players can't have the mentality of, it's only against this team, it's only against that team. Because we've seen those sorts of teams beat us before.
Well,
so I mean,
I've not seen Karabakh.
Well, no, because that's the first time we've played them. But I mean, I can understand why Moses would have been scared, because Zappacosta did have a good game, and it looked like Moses was out to prove a point, and he did in the first half. In the second half, he wasn't as effective. Kolasinac got more runs in. He got a few crosses in. I think Arsenal in general in the second half looked a lot sharper than they did in the first half. And I think we were on the back foot for the whole of the second half.
Do you? Because I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. It just seemed different to me because in the second half, other than their basically free kick goal that was, rightly so, ruled offside, I don't think Arsenal did anything.
It's Austrian.
Like maybe I
It's
think
Austrian TV.
Sorry.
It's Austrian TV. It looks different over there.
Maybe. No, but I think we just moved in tighter into midfield, and I think that's why both wingers had more space in the second half. I think Moses and Alonso came in more tight because Conte realised that in the first half they ran rings around our central midfield. And I think maybe that played a part in Kolasinac having a bit more space. Obviously, I don't know that, but it sure looked like Alonso and Moses were a bit, further in than they were in the first half. Maybe that played a part in it as well. I don't know. But I thought in the second half, yes, Kolasinac had more space and Bellerin did more as well, but he didn't lead to any attacks.
Yeah, I think they had, it looked like they had the better of us in the second half. But I think the only reason it looked like that is because when they were on the attack, they looked a lot more like scoring than we did, in my opinion. I think we lacked something going forward yesterday. Just from my opinion anyway. I may be wrong.
Yeah, no, we definitely lacked something going forward yesterday. Basically, I think yesterday it showed that Morata isn't yet ready to be consistently incredible in the Premier League. Because and Arsenal don't have the strongest defenders out there. Yes, Koscielny, fair enough. But Mustafi isn't like 6'5" and about 5 foot wide. He's like a normal built centre-back, rather short as well. And let's be honest, Mustafi put Morata in his pocket, and Wenger wanted to sell Mustafi. So, I'm not quite sure. And like Troop said it in the fan cam he did with us, we have a good first choice striker, and Morata is a very good striker. Don't get that wrong. Just because he didn't have a great performance yesterday doesn't mean he's not a good striker. But we needed something different, and that's why I wanted Llorente, and that's why they have Giroud, because when they bring in Giroud, they've got a completely different game as to when they have Lacazette. Yeah. We don't, because Batshuayi doesn't have a game. Batshuayi is just something. He isn't like something different to Morata. He isn't better. He's just worse.
I think Arsenal over the past couple of years have done really well to figure out our strikers. Diego Costa was a very physical striker.
He always done well against them.
Well, he did well against them, but he was a very physical striker who knew how to ruffle their feathers. And in return, especially the last few games we played against them, they got very physical back. And I think that they're still continuing that against Morata. And Morata doesn't like physicality. He's not necessarily a diver, but he won't go down unless he's pulled down, which he was multiple times yesterday, and the referee should have given him a free kick for.
Yeah.
But it also showed that he can't go shoulder to shoulder with Mustafi. He can't go shoulder to shoulder with Koscielny, either for pace or strength, because one, Koscielny and Mustafi are stronger, and two, if they're not stronger or faster, they will make it up by making a last-ditch tackle, which Koscielny did a few times yesterday. And that's why I would have Koscielny in a combined Chelsea-Arsenal starting 11, because I think that he offers something completely different than what Gary Cahill does, and he's 10 times better than Gary Cahill, and he's so underrated for the Premier League, Koscielny.
Oh, no. Do you think he's underrated? I think people rate him. Not as in
I think he's so
good.
Underrated.
But yeah, no,
I
think
he's very people rate him as highly as they should do.
Yeah,
I think he's one of the best centre backs in the
game yesterday. Sorry, go on.
This one. Go on. I'm finished.
I'm just looking at the stats of the game yesterday, and according to this app I've got here, I'm not sure if it's correct, but I suppose it is. We had a tiny bit more of possession, which is quite interesting. We had more shots on goal than them. They had only 2. We had 4. Overall, we had 13 shots. They had 11. 6 got blocked for us. 4 got blocked to them. Obviously, they hit the post. Although that kind of shot where they hit the post, I kind of put on the same level kind of chance as I put Pedro's chance when he ran on goal against Jack, basically. Same kind of chance for me, same like level of chance. But, it's just those stats make it look really weird. It looks like it was an even game with chances, like 11 and, what was it? 13 and 11 shots. Where were these shots?
Yeah, I know. I think multiple, obviously, a lot of them were off target. Maybe some of them were blocked. Block shots as well. I'm not sure. I mean, it was a poor representation yesterday when I don't know what minute it was in. I think it may have been the 70 odd, 80 odd. No, it was about the 70th minute when Hazard had just come on, and it showed that the only two. Well, It showed the comparison of shots on target from Chelsea and Arsenal. Chelsea had 1 shot on target. Arsenal had none. Up until the 70th minute, until Hazard come on, there were no real shots on target. So obviously then Arsenal then had 2 shots on target afterwards, and we had another 3. Multiple of those were created by Hazard. And it just shows how vital he is to us going forward. It doesn't matter if he's not fully fit. He is an asset for us that we miss when he's not playing.
Yeah. Nick Patel just asked, he didn't see Pedro's chance. So basically, Fabregas played Pedro through, great through ball. Arsenal defence sleeping a little bit. Pedro was basically running through on goal. Didn't have the greatest of first touches, which let Koscielny come back into the challenge. Then he took a little bit too long, and his shot didn't really catch the ball well and just put it straight at a check, basically. But yeah, it was a really good chance, and on another day, he really should have scored that. I expected him to score when I saw him running on goal, basically.
Yeah. I mean, it was quite poor.
Without Hazard, we're glorified Norwich.
True.
Bit harsh, but fair enough. Glorified Norwich.
Someone has asked, what would our team be against Forest on Wednesday? I'm going to write mine down.
Right, I'll do that.
I can't do it. So you write it down. Also, get some questions in on the live stream, on Twitter or Facebook, whatever, wherever you want to get them in. And we will answer some as well, because obviously it was quite a boring game yesterday in the end, and we haven't got too much to talk about.
Yeah.
I'd go dun. It's hard because we have only got.
Well, I've heard that Conte wants to play like proper youth players, not just like first team players that rarely play.
Really?
Apparently, yeah.
Okay.
So like people like Clark Salter, people like them.
Oh.
Apparently, obviously not the name Clark Salter wasn't used, but apparently proper youth players, and Christensen aren't really youth players.
Yeah.
Anymore, anyway.
I can't. We've got rid of so many youth players that I don't know who's still here and who isn't.
Yeah.
Sounds really bad. Let me have a look.
See, why is Drinkwater injured? Can he just, like, fuck's sake, what useless signing?
Oh my god, I know. It's so annoying. Wednesday would have been a perfect game for him.
I mean, let's just say I disagree. But okay. Like, is Fabregas going to play again? Because he literally played every game other than when he was suspended.
I don't think he'll play again. Oh, This is a good shout.
He'd probably be good against Forest, though. Imagine how much space they'll give him.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I think he's going to have to do this because we haven't got many youth defenders. Oh, that could happen instead, though. I'm talking to myself while I'm doing this.
Yeah, so am I. We're not being very entertaining to the stream. So basically, I'm just writing it down. Well, how about I just run people through it while I talk about it, and then you say yours. So I've got Caballero on goal because I think give the guy a game. He clearly loves life with his favorite hashtag on Instagram. I love this life. Then my back three, just sticking with the similar formation, have Jay Clark Salter next to Christensen and Rudiger, because Azpilicueta definitely deserves a rest because he's played every game so far, and obviously David Luiz is suspended. Then I'd have Zappacosta on the right. I don't think it will happen, but I just play Kennedy on the left because against Forest it will be enough. And like Azpilicueta, Alonso has played every game so far, so give the guy a rest. Give the guy a rest. And then in midfield, I'm struggling because I'm like, play Bakayoko. Like, we just have to play Bakayoko because, you need to change something up. But then do you put Kante next to him? How can you play a more defensive central midfield pairing against Forest than you played against Arsenal? That wouldn't make any sense. So Bakayoko and Fabregas, will we put Scott in there? But Scott, like, people going about Scott, obviously, he's a lot worse than Talaba, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, and all of them players. And just because we sold and loaned them, we didn't play them a lot last year. So why would we play Scott now? That wouldn't make any sense. I mean, maybe he will, but someone asked why Clark Salter, because it's Forest. Why would we, play Azpilicueta again, give the guy a rest? We have a lot of games coming up. So I don't really know who to play next to Bakayoko. To be honest, I put in Fabregas, and then on the weekend play Bakayoko and Kante. I don't know, but I don't know who to play instead. I'm running out of ideas. Who would you play next to Bakayoko? Because I assume you play Bakayoko as well.
Scott.
Yeah, I mean, I would play him, but I don't think he will. Also, is he that good? Like, why was he nowhere seen last year then? When Chalobah and Ruben Loftus-Cheek was here,
Because they were ahead of him. They were ahead of him, and then once obviously we got loaned out, we had to keep some youth players for the English quota.
Yeah, we should have just kept Ruben Loftus-Cheek, I think, because
he's doing really well at Palace, isn't he? But
yeah, losing every game, scoring.
Well,
it's not his fault. I get that, but still, he can't be great for his confidence.
Well, I'll run you through my team. I've got Caballero in goal.
Yeah.
Same back three as you: Rudiger, Christensen, Clark Salter.
Yeah.
Zappacosta on the right. And then I had one player, and I crossed him out, and I put Kennedy in because obviously I forgot Kennedy existed. But I don't know if he's fit, but it could be a possibility we could see Baba Rahman.
I don't think he's fit yet, but if he was fit, he definitely played.
That's slightly annoying because that would be perfect for him to try and challenge Alonso.
I don't think he's fit. But he tore his ACL, I think, in like German pre-season, like when they have their winter break, they do like a pre-season camp, and I think he tore it there January, February time. So he's not ready yet. I don't think it would surprise me, considering how long Zuma was out.
Yeah. So obviously, if there's no Rahman, I reckon we'll play Kennedy. I don't know why. I think he should just get out of the club after what he did. I don't like the fact that he gives us a name.
Yeah, but I think it's more important to rest Alonso than give a fuck of what he says in it.
100%. Yeah. And then I'd play Masonda on the left.
Yeah.
Batshuayi up top, and I'd actually start Hazard.
I completely forgot about Hazard. Conte even said in the post-match game that Hazard will start against Forest, so that's happening.
I might have the team exactly right then.
Possibly. To be honest, I don't think Scott will start. And knowing Conte, probably Clark Salter won't start either. But
let us know who you guys think is going to start down below. I've seen a couple of people.
I just hope Masonda starts. Like, if he doesn't play again, it's just like a piss take.
Did Fikayo Tomori go out? He did go out online, didn't he?
Yeah, he went to Hull.
Otherwise, I would have put him in. I remember that. Yeah. Someone said Caballero, Zappacosta, Azpilicueta, Christensen, Cahill. Cahill could start after being out for so long. Alonso, Bakayoko, Fabregas, Masonda, Mishi, Pedro.
True. If it isn't Clark Salter, it will be Cahill. I'd say.
Yeah, it's a good chance. Eduardo to go in goal. Possibly.
Why? Why would you play Eduardo before we ever give Caballero a game? That wouldn't make any sense.
It's true. Masonda must start. Yep. Christensen in centre mid.
Yeah, but
if we played Clark Salter, Rudiger, and Cahill, and put Christensen next to Bakayoko, I think we're thinking too far out the box now. But
like, this is way too defensive.
Yeah,
we're playing Forest here. We could just play about 5 strikers if we wanted to. No disrespect to Forest, and we got beat by. I always mix them up. Was it Brentford or Bradford that beat us 4-2?
Brentford.
Yeah,
Bradford.
So, they beat us as well. Either way, which one ever it was, but they beat us as well. So don't take it lightly. But still,
someone said Alonso at left centre back. Not really. I'd rather
have Alonso in midfield. I think he'd be a great centre midfielder, to be honest.
It could be. It's a good shout. Dujon Sterling. He may be promoted. I think they've got to be registered in the squad before the season to play, haven't they? Or is that just Premier League?
For the Cup, I don't know.
I don't know. It'd be nice to see Dujon Sterling play, to be fair.
Yeah.
He might not, but...
Play him left wing back. Or put Zappacosta left wing back and play Dujon Sterling right wing back. Where's Drinkwater? Orbs. He's injured. Injured calf. He won't be back before the upcoming international break. I say upcoming. First week of November, that is. But yeah, so that's that team, obviously. Do you have anything else you want to talk about the Arsenal game quickly before we go to questions? Because the only other thing I want to say is we were just not very good going forward, and Arsenal defended very well. So I'm not happy with the result. But looking at the game, we couldn't have done much better. Well, the only thing that annoys me is people that say Hazard should have started. And I'm like, yeah, of course he should have started, but he's clearly not fit, is he? Like, if you just look at him, he's not fit to run for 90 minutes. Like, he did this 40-yard run against Karabakh, and he was breathing like he just ran a bloody marathon. Yes, he's very good technically, and of course he didn't lose his footballing gift basically by being injured. But, physical fitness is important because when you're not physically fit, you're more likely to get injured as well. But yeah, I mean, Conte said that he will start. He does get the chance to start against Forest and basically to finish his recovery. And Conte said hopefully everything will be fine with him after the game as well. So looking forward to seeing him play. Poor Forest. Hazard start against.
I know. I think the only other thing I want to say is fair play to Arsenal yesterday.
Yeah.
They came out, they knew that they wanted to frustrate us, and they did exactly that. Whether that was by bullying Alonso at the back or by being very, very physical overall.
They played very similar to how we played under Mourinho when we went to the Emirates, I think.
Yeah. And I just wanted to say as well, did you see David Luiz's pre-notes yesterday in the programme on Twitter?
No.
He said, in these big games, emotions can run high, but you've got to make sure you maintain those emotions and keep them under control. And then he goes and gets sent off.
Yeah. See, people think it was so harsh and stuff. I think it is a red card. But people go on like, if he tried to bloody break his leg, just like calm down. It wasn't that bad. Kolasinac's leg was not on the floor. He would never break his leg if his foot is in the air.
Yeah.
Nothing could have happened bad from that. Kolasinac is completely fine. Nothing happened. Yes, he caught him with his studs. It was a lot worse of a foul than what Cahill did against Burnley, by the way. But, I mean, yes, it happened.
Yeah.
He miscontrolled the ball. Conte keeps going on about him being fouled by Sanchez before. Not sure whether you can give that as a foul in the Premier League, considering how many fouls he didn't give against Morata. He was never going to give that. But, obviously, if he blows the whistle for what Sanchez pulling Luiz a bit, it doesn't happen. But, it's just the ball got away from him. He tried to still clear it because it's the 87th minute. You don't want to lose against the rival. He tried to clear it, didn't hit the ball, and hit the defender instead. Yeah, shit happens, but he didn't mean it in any mean way.
I think the only problem is that, like Conte said, Sanchez, the whole reason Sanchez went on Luiz was to distract him, in my opinion. He came from behind him. He started nudging him. So Luiz realised he was there. By the time that Luiz had realised he was there and had already given Sanchez a little nudge,
the ball got away.
Kolasinac was in front of him. Yeah, and the ball was away from him. And so he thought, shit, I need to get the ball back. And he just lunged. And Sanchez did exactly what he wanted to do and get a reaction out of him. Fair play. I mean, if that's what you're there to do, then that's what you're there to do. But it's not my preferred way of watching rivals
Basically,
play against
the annoying
us.
thing about it is just that he's suspended against Man City, unless his suspension gets, taken out to 2, which I doubt. What?
It's not a 5-game ban, is it?
No, 3. But the third game from now is Man City.
Okay.
But yeah, someone said about Zuma against Cahill. I hope you're not on about the Stoke game because Zuma can't play against us because we loaned him there. But yeah. Yeah,
it's interesting because
why didn't we bloody sign Kolasinac? We need a left wing back. I mean,
I know, for free as well. Still,
also he was at Schalke, who we loaned Baba Rahman to. Surely they would have been all right with giving him to us.
Yeah, exactly. Do you know the annoying thing is, I think he's probably the signing of the summer. It's a free transfer.
Yeah,
solid.
Considering he's a free transfer, the biggest bargain of the summer, I'd say.
100%. 100%.
If you will. Yeah.
He's just a tank. They needed someone like that as well. After they lost, who was it? They used to have a left back, and it was
Gibbs.
No, it was proper big.
Don't know the bloody hell
you're on about. Nothing, because when we played when the last time they beat us at the Bridge, was it 5-3, 5-2?
5-3 in 2011.
He played in that game. If you guys know who I'm talking about, put it in the live chat below.
Who is?
I remember I can't remember his name. I think it began with an S.
No idea.
I'm going to double check on YouTube, on Google.
Right. I'm just going to start off. If you've got any questions for us, guys, start them off. We're not going to do much longer because we always want to keep these down to half an hour, and we're already going for 45 minutes again, or almost anyway. So give us some Andre Santos, they're saying.
That's it. Andre Santos. Andre Santos. He is an absolute tank. Well, he wasn't amazing, but he was just big, physical, and that's.
Oh, was he the guy that got injured and never played for them again?
I think so. Yeah.
Fair.
He was like big. He was quite fast. He was stacked, but
Sanogo.
Sanogo's gone. But yeah, no. Santos was. He reminds me of Santos, but better.
Yeah. No, he just reminds me of Ivanovic, basically. Just Ivanovic. Just like, Ivanovic was fairly quick when he was, 26 or however old Kolasinac is.
Yeah, that's
right. Yeah. So, guys, get some questions in. We're going to answer some of them and then wrap it up. So, get some questions in, some good ones as well. Funny ones, if you don't mind, because fun's always fun, isn't it?
If we haven't got any, we'll do a few questions and we'll wrap up at say 10:02. Start wrapping up at 10:02. So 5 minutes. You've got 5 minutes to get your questions in. We can fire the questions in. We won't take long on the questions. We'll just fire
Should
you answers.
Zappacosta start out of Moses? Well, it depends on what you mean. He should definitely start against Forest. I wouldn't start him against Stoke yet because, like I said, I think Moses played all right. I don't think you can have any issues, like serious issues with his performance. But after that, isn't that after Stoke? Do we play Atletico? Yeah.
Yeah, and then
so then play Moses against Atletico, Roma. And then against City.
Yes, Roma.
Oh yeah, no. Roma is October.
You're right.
Yeah,
it is Atletico. Yeah,
and I play Moses against Atletico and then Zappacosta against City the weekend after. So that will be his first big test.
Yeah, I mean, I think that we should play him again. I think there's no harm risking him against Stoke. I think we should play him against Forest. If he does well, play him against Stoke, even if it's for half, and then bring Moses on for the other half or for after 60 minutes.
Or just play Moses against Atletico to be completely fair. People are asking Kante as a winger. I mean, did you see how midfield got overrun even mid Kante, even with Kante? We'd be fucked if he didn't play there.
I know.
9 plus 10, probably 20.
Who will be the next manager sacked? I backed Slaven Bilic to be the first manager sacked. But I think it's a bit harsh with the board. I don't think they've done that well. I think with the team they've got this one,
to be fair. I know they drew in on the weekend, didn't they? But they didn't lose in 2 games now.
Yeah, I think they've got. I still think they've got to prove themselves a bit more. But Mahrez in January. Mahrez in January.
Like Mahrez is the new William Carvalho. Like every summer, every transfer in, there's rumour to go somewhere, and he never goes anywhere.
Odemwingie, that's him all the time. Should we sign Griezmann from Atletico? We should, but we won't.
Yeah. Well, saying that, why would we have 2 unphysical strikers up front?
It's true.
Although, to be fair, we need to give Morata a little bit of time to go buck up. If you compare Hazard now, his physique to when we signed him, that's completely different. So Morata in a year's time will be a completely different striker in the Premier League than he is right now. So he will come a lot better than he is now, and he's already playing, fairly well. So are we going to retain the league? Nah. Definitely not.
No, I don't think so. Oh, for God's sake, people are saying fake taxi again.
Cahill deported. The poor guy.
Yeah, deport Cahill. No, I'm joking.
Deported to Vitesse.
Ozil to replace. No, we shouldn't sign Ozil. I really do like Ozil. I think he gets a lot of unnecessary criticism.
Yeah, I do like Ozil when he plays against us because he's invisible. I think we would have won if he was fit, because then he would have started, and I think we would have won that game. Not gonna lie.
If Cahill was not English, he'd be the 39th player loaned out. True.
Well, sold because he's 31. But yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Will we get top 4?
Belotti is a must. Ooh, top 4. Yeah, we get top 4. We get top 4.
Yeah.
Belotti is a must in January. I'd take Belotti in January. Yes.
Like Belotti.
Score prediction against Forest: 4-0.
7.5 0.
7.5 0.
It's like one of them goals where you're not so sure whether it's in or not.
Conte allergic to youth? Well, hopefully not after Wednesday.
Do I miss Chalobah? Yeah.
Yeah, I do. Do I work at Palace? I did, and I still kind of do a little bit. But yeah.
What's wrong with the hair, Brendan? Someone asked.
What's wrong with the hair?
Maybe that someone was me. I don't know.
Nothing's wrong with the hair. It looks cool, man. Look at it. Look how thick that looks.
Yeah, no, that looks alright, but it's like sticking out on the side. You've got like it looks like a hemorrhage.
Yeah, I know. I put gel in it, but the gel's run out. I just can't bother to redo it. It's not me.
You put like just like shave off or something.
Yeah, but that means going to the barbers.
Fair. Right, last question, last three. Say that, last three. Loftus-Cheek or Chalobah? Who do you prefer?
Chalobah. I
agree. Although saying that, personally, like I prefer Loftus-Cheek because he didn't want to fuck off. Didn't like that. Do we need a striker? Most certainly. Not a striker to start instead of Morata, but to give us a different option. Can you see my hair?
I agree.
Of course you can. It just looks like a carpet on the hat, doesn't it? So it's not that exciting. Where's the fake Italian accent? I don't know.
Sleep.
Oh yeah, no, he's asleep. He's tired. He didn't get much sleep over the weekend, to be fair. So we told him, get some rest, mate, and we'll get this done.
He'll be on Thursday. He'll be on Thursday.
Oh yeah. Right. Shall we wrap it up?
Let's wrap it up.
Right. So thank you guys for watching. Well, I'm just gonna go with watch all of the fan cams from yesterday. Watch the review from yesterday. Watch the preview for the Forest game, which will be out tomorrow. You know, as I do. That will be out tomorrow. And what? What are you saying?
I said you plugging it. You have to plug it.
Plugging it. Oh. Yeah. Now you've put me off. Now you've put me completely off. Yeah, thank you guys for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. I'm going to say this again after Brendan signed off, but subscribe if you haven't already, because we want to hit 45,000 subscribers by the end of September, which is 12 days away. So probably won't happen, but some miracle might happen.
Your ideas up, guys.
if someone's watching with like 1 million Instagram followers or Twitter followers, you know, just tweet the channel or something.
Tweet about it.
Lawrence Van Ginkel. I mean, I wish I was him. Bet he's on some good money, PSV. Right, Brandon, do you want to sign off?
Okay.
With your fancy toolbox.
Yes. Yeah, guys, look, I've gone yellow today. What do you think of the yellow? You enjoying the yellow? Anyway,
black and yellow.
Black and yellow. Black and yellow. Enjoy the fan cams, like Lauren said. Enjoy the review from yesterday. Enjoy our social media links, which are 100% Chelsea.
Enjoy them.
Enjoy them. Take them in. Yeah, follow me on Twitter, which is there. Add follow or subscribe to me on YouTube, which is there. I am going to be uploading this week. I promise you, I'm going to be uploading this week. I said that for ages, but I'm going to start also doing live streams on my channel as well, guys. So if you want to see that, head over there. It's not just going to be about sports; it's going to be about gaming and all that sort of.
I've heard I'm going to be on that live stream. He hasn't asked me yet, but I've heard I will.
You are going to be on that live stream. I'm going to get loads of people on the live stream. Troops is coming on the live stream at some point. Hopefully, Louis will come on. Robbie possibly, but I mean, it's all up in the air at the moment. I'm going to speak to some people about it. But yeah, I am going to be live streaming. I'm chatting absolute rubbish, but at the moment. Just basically subscribe to me. I'm on 416. If we can get to 430 by next week, it'll be good. But yeah, love you. Bye.
Oh, he loves you. Did you hear that? He's so nice. But yeah, like Brendan said, don't forget to subscribe. Hit the red subscribe button, which is somewhere down below. Just like click it. And once it's a video, I think right now there should be this like circle button of our channel. Click it to subscribe. But check out my social media links, you know, as well. They're here. Wait, over there. Loud 1507.
Don't check them out.
What?
Don't check them out.
I had probably my biggest tweet so far yesterday.
Yeah,
great tweet.
I saw that.
All about Cahill, but read it if you hate me. Hate me. I love it anyway. But yeah, no. Check my Instagram out. Check my Twitter out. Like I said, last 1507. Appreciate it if you follow me there. Subscribe to Brandon. Follow Brandon. Subscribe to 100% Chelsea. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, all of that lot. Down in the comment, not in the comments, in the description below. Thank you guys for watching. Up to Chelsea, and we'll see you next time.